if you're a large brand or a small brand, it's just so important to get into the store and just spend time there, just like looking at shoppers. And it's, you could read online and you could look at images, but it's so different being there, and you get a real feel for how people shop. And if you address those touch points, you have a much better chance. And big thing for us is it's very hard to get somebody to pick up your product, right? Once they pick up your product, you want to be damn sure that they're going to buy it. You know what I mean? So it's like, same thing. It's like, that's why it's so similar. It's like with .com, it's very hard to get somebody to click on your product. Once they click on it, you want to, you better convert.
Hello and welcome to Whyte Label Advice. I am here today with one of our favorite people in the world, Michael Lebhar. You are the CEO of Cellcord, and among other things. And I'm also joined today with Eric Howerton, our CGO and founder of WhyteSpyder. Hello, everybody, and welcome.
Well, thank you, Brooke.
Oh, wait, I was going to hit the button. It's this one.
Yep, there you go.
Yes! I had to think, it's been a while.
You should be really good at that by now.
I should. The blues are really similar in color.
Listen,
I try to figure out which one
excuses.
it is.
No excuses.
But yes, Michael, thank you and welcome today. Why don't you just give everyone a little bit of a background on who you are, what you do, and it's the 30-second elevator pitch version.
Awesome. First of all, thanks so much for having me. It feels so good to be in Arkansas. I love it. I feel the air. It feels like Walmart, and there's no better feeling than the feeling of Walmart. Smells like Walmart. Sounds like Walmart.
Yeah. Walmart land.
It's like when I came off a plane and I hear people in the airport, it felt like I was talking to some of my buyers. And
yeah. You gotta be careful on those plane rides.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
So what is it you do?
So what is it I do? I don't know if I could keep to the 30 seconds, but I'm the CEO and founder of Cellcord. We're a full-service Walmart agency, mainly focused on brands that are looking to move from Amazon onto Walmart. And I'm a co-founder of a brand called 2x4. Just a supplement brand where we have pretty revolutionary supplements, as well as a fitness brand called Spawn Fitness. So yeah, that was 30 seconds.
That was really good. Good job. Yeah. And so you don't normally live here in the Bentonville, Arkansas area. So what is bringing you to Bentonville?
So this is actually my first time in Bentonville. I live in LA, but I hope I'll be coming here often. That'll be a good sign, you know?
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
So yeah, I live out in LA.
What do you what brings you to Bentonville?
Walmart Open Call.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what is Walmart Open Call? So now I know that it's a big deal to sellers. They're having Open Call. It's this week. What is Open Call for people that don't know?
So Walmart Open Call is Walmart made an initiative to purchase, I think it was like $350 billion from U.S. companies, and part of the initiative is basically a lot of brands submit their products and their brands to Walmart. Walmart is going to basically choose which brands they think might be a good fit for Walmart for them to carry in Walmart stores. And if they choose you fly out to Bentonville, and you actually there's like a whole day event before where you hear speeches, and there's like networking, and then on Wednesday, which is going to be when you have meetings, one-on-one meetings with the buyers. So that's going to be really exciting.
Yeah. And so you might be able to get like, if they like what they see, they're like, I love these supplements, I want to sell that in Walmart. And that's
exactly. Yeah. And what's really interesting about Walmart Open Call this year, it's very strongly focused on two things. Number one, being made in the US, and number two is .com. Like, you see Walmart's doing this, so whatever, like Walmart knows they want to win .com, and they know their best way to win is like leveraging what they already have. So like they're using their stores for fulfillment, they're using their vendors, their 1P vendors to, push them to spend on advertising, to optimize their catalogs. But one of the things they're really doing is like, if you want to be accepted for Open Call, you have to sell on .com, or not. You have a much better chance if you sell on .com. If you want to stay, they're actually saying in the Open Call prep on their site, one of the things they said is like, show your Walmart.com GMV.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really interesting where this year it makes a really big difference. So I think next year you're going to see a lot more sellers really focus on .com prior to Open Call, because they didn't realize Walmart was going to be focusing on it this strong until right now. So.
And you got two brands, right, that you're basically representing for Open Call.
Yeah, so we have a brand called 2x4, 2x4.com.
It's up here.
Yeah. Oh, I love that animation.
It's really beautiful, man.
Subtle.
It's great. Like, usually you're on the phone and you have to tell somebody your email and it just takes forever. And it's like Michael at 2x4.com. It's like, right? And then, so we actually have a meeting with Walmart as well as Sam's Club, which is really interesting because, it's 2 meetings, one right at, we have like 15 minutes in between each meeting.
That's great.
Yeah. And then the other brand, Spawn Fitness, which is a fitness brand, which we actually did really well on Walmart.com, which is really interesting that, we get to pitch that brand because that brand was really a lot built on Walmart.com. So I think the buyers are going to be really interested where it's like they have a brand that actually did well on .com.
Yeah, I want to dig into that a little bit because it's something we've been talking about for years, right? Like so much opportunity in today's world that it's not what used to happen at Walmart. Typically you come with brand, pitch to Walmart, do all this stuff to try to, convince the merchant to put your brand into stores. Well, we've been talking about a long time about digital being digital first coming in, and you've done exactly that, Michael. I love it.
How long have you been selling on Walmart Marketplace?
I think it's been close to 5 years by now. But really the past 2 years is where we really started putting focus on. And I think, like, to Eric's point, like, it's very simple things by putting digital first that make a really big difference to buyers. Like, they're looking at their catalog and their assortment and they see like a lot of these listings, they have really bad images, their listings don't look good, and it's like, you're right, you might be able to give me good prices and you tell me you're gonna do the right work if I accept you in stores, but like it doesn't look like that. And
right.
it's like now the buyers could look at it like this brand is selling well. Their listings look good, their products look good, their images look good, customers reviews are good, like all these touch points where, and people get confused by that all the time. They're like, oh, it doesn't matter, it's such a small revenue amount to what it would do in stores. I'm like, it's not that, it's proof of concept for the buyers. And it's showing that that small amount of commitment. And I think that's why it's going to be really interesting, and that's why our presentation for our fitness brand specifically, because we've done so much on .com. We had one SKU that did over $100,000 in 1 month on .com. That's great. Which for Walmart is like a lot. And I think, showing the buyers, it's like, here's a listing that looks really good. We have videos on this listing. We have, and a lot of that stuff, you're right, can't be translated into stores, but it shows that you're putting that effort in. It shows that you're going to make that really good brand experience. It shows that you do have a good brand experience. So
you're going to be a good partner with Walmart.
Exactly. And that's what they want.
You're already playing ball. Yeah.
That's right. I mean, we've seen Walmart kind of accelerate its digital side for omnichannel, right? Not for .com only, but I mean, these merchants are being, challenged to advance Walmart's digital side. And so when they meet with brands or suppliers and you are already demonstrating that makes them, look pretty good, right? When they're bringing on brands that have a very strong digital catalog, that's going to make it easier for them to get in the store.
Is that kind of is that one of the things that kind of you think puts you above and like got you into open call? Because I mean, it's not like everybody that applies gets in, right? It's pretty exclusive.
Yeah, I think there was over 6,000 applicants and I think maybe 500 got accepted. Wow. I'm not sure exactly the number, but I read that. There was thousands and thousands of applicants. I think it's, to Eric's point, I think it's it's that's what helps you get in. But I think it's like when they're choosing who to accept, it's way easier for them than getting a supplier who now they have to hound to make sure that they have good listing scores. Like, why do they don't want to have to do that? It's like they have to get a supplier. It's like, you're right, you have great product, we carry on shelves, you have good price points, but now the responsibility is they have to have their .com in place, and now that it's their responsibility. If they have low listing scores, they have to hound after you. It's not worth it for them. It's too annoying for them, as opposed to like and it's not that hard and what's interesting is on the supplier side, it's not that it's that hard. It's way harder to meet the other stuff, like the price points they want, all that stuff. That's the easy stuff. Like, it just takes a little bit of time and focus and leveraging the right tools. It's like, with rich media, you can make your listings look so good with just a little bit amount of extra effort. Those videos, you look at some of these really big brands and they just don't have that. And it's like, you just stand, that's a no-brainer.
It is.
Yeah, so
that's awesome. And so open call is a big deal, but not only is Michael going, but WhyteSpyder is going as well.
Yeah.
So why is it this important that WhyteSpyder gets to be there as like a service provider?
I mean, I think number one, it's a obvious demonstration to our partnership with Walmart over the years. I mean, I was talking to Michael earlier when he came and visited the office. We made a decision many years ago to stay Walmart focused, right, at WhyteSpyder, and we actually were, encouraged by agencies and partners and everybody else in the sun, brands as well. You need to broaden out. You need to do Amazon and Walmart and all these other things. I'm like, no, we're gonna, Walmart's a big enough animal on its own, right?
That's
there's
big.
a lot of requirements. It's a very unique catalog. They need a lot of help. and we want to help Walmart win, being in the community. And so I think that over the years we just demonstrated that initiative, that focus to help Walmart win on the digital side. And so, I mean, this is a good testament to our partnership with them. And, we're going to be there to help more sellers and more brands win at Walmart, on the digital side. So I'm expecting that, once, folks like Michael have their meetings, that, we'll be out there, we'll have a booth to exhibit and to kind of discuss our services to kind of help those brands continue to accelerate. And so we're excited about that. It's an honor. I mean, it's an honor and a privilege. I'm going to go personally hang out there for a couple of days. We got one other person on our team going to be there, and it's going to be fun.
That's awesome.
Enjoy.
And so when you leave that meeting, like, are they like, yeah, we want to put you in scores, or is it more like, we'll be in touch, this was really great?
So they said that there's a chance you might get a deal on the spot, and I think they're going to be doing some deals on the spot because there's actually a lot of press lined up that's going to be interviewing a lot of the sellers.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's funny because they had a whole session that they had one of their agency partners actually put on for all the Walmart open call attendees to actually media prep for if press calls on them. So they're going to be doing some deals on the spot, but usually the way it works with Walmart is, a week or two later you'll hear from them. So I think that's what's going to be like for majority of sellers. You'll hear from them either way. But I think there's going to be sellers, and they've hinted to this, that are going to get deals on the spot.
I believe it's going to be Michael.
I hope so.
That's what we want.
I believe it.
Yes.
I'm speaking it forth, and I believe it because I also know Michael's going to drop the spider bomb news.
Yep.
There you go.
But we're here because we're awesome, and
we work with WhyteSpyder.
Yeah, we're with White.
Why do our listings look so good? Check out that 360. Check out those videos on our listing. They don't happen automatically.
WhyteSpyder.
It's a spider.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to know more. Can we hear more from Michael about this brand? 2X.
Why don't you give us some of the pitch?
Yeah, so it's called 2x4. 2x. The domain's 2x4. It's called 2x4. We're actually I think it's the most revolutionary supplement brand, but we're a line of liquid liposomal solutions. So liposome is basically a technology where it encapsulates every molecule in a lipid, a fat bubble, which makes it easier for your body to absorb, but also so it doesn't get broken down. Most supplements you take, you absorb 5 to 10% of the supplement of the nutrients that from the vitamin. With our supplements, we actually have clinical studies to prove that you absorb 95% of them, and that's all because of the liposomal technology. So there's other products out there that claim they're liposomes. A lot of liposome technology is like fake liposomal technology, and if you look on our site, we actually did studies of other brands like liposomal technology, and you can see it's not real liposomes, but we have a really unique technology, and along with our CEO, Dr. Mallory Blair, she developed this technology. She's a PhD chemist, and she developed this technology. They started manufacturing for a lot of really big brands, and for a lot of the really large brands, they just want like very simple formulas, vitamin C. So they had a lot of those solutions. She wanted to create a line of actually supplements that are like catered around the whole family, that the whole family could take, that they're actually unique formulas and unique solutions for different issues, different times in the day, different need states. So we really developed this line of really unique solutions, and that are all liposomes. So what's great is they're all our products are powered by this single technology called NutriStack, and all our products have them. And we've done clinical studies behind a lot of our products, and we're working on doing it for all our products to actually prove efficacy, to prove. And we have like crazy studies where it shows that we have this one study we did with our vitamin D that we showed that some people took our vitamin D levels, took our vitamin D supplement for 30 days. For people that were deficient in vitamin D, for people that had regular vitamin D levels, their vitamin D levels grew 83% within 30 days. And people that were deficient, it grew 115%. But what's crazy thing is, because vitamin D is very hard for your body to absorb, we gave people regular vitamin D capsules from other brands as well as placebos, and the effect was the same. Like a lot of vitamins you just don't absorb. So that's really been the big thing for us. And I think because there's this whole technology behind it, for some people it's a little bit confusing, but what's great, what I love is it's like you don't have to understand the technology, you don't have to understand anything. It just, you feel the supplements work because they actually work. Cool. So because you feel it work, you kind of believe it. So it's been interesting. We're developing a lot of unique formulas, and we have around different need states, and it's been really cool to work with really cool people like Dr. Mallory, our CEO, as well as we have like Dr. Miller, who's our lead formulator, who actually worked for was one of the lead formulators at Thor Nutri. I don't know if you know Thor supplements, Thorn supplements. Sorry, he was there for like 26 years. years and came to us and, was developing some of these really sick formulas. They're so good.
That's awesome.
So it's been really cool.
That's cool. And what is the goal? What are you trying to accomplish? Do you want how many stores you want to get into first?
So like, it was funny in a meeting, like I think it was the other week, like my partner's like, we want to be in 20,000 doors within a year and a half, and let's see, it's gonna be, we spend so much time building the brand and building these products and building these formulations that right now we're in go mode. So it's gonna be really exciting to meet with Walmart as well as Sam's Club, and our approach is we're approaching every retailer, and I think this is what you have to do with every channel. It's like what I see a lot of brands do is they develop their brand and products, and then they have this catalog, they pass it over to a sales team, and then you have a salesperson who's trying to push it to Walmart, a salesperson who's trying to push it to Target, and then you have a marketplace person who's trying to list it on Amazon, a marketplace person who's trying to list it and push it on Walmart. The issue is that it's like you have to really craft your strategy per marketplace. And it's like if you use the same creative you're using on Amazon and Walmart, a lot of times it won't work. If you're using the same, price point sell, it just a lot of times doesn't work. So our approach is we have our core formulas, which you'll see on our site, but we develop a line of shots that are more for, of like immunity shots, energy shots that are more fit for aisles, that are great in Sprouts, Whole Foods, and maybe even Walmart. We have, we developed a full line of supplements that are at price points and for need states that Walmart consumers are looking for. So now it's like you're acquiring the customer. Now, no matter how much marketing you do, chances are most of those Walmart customers are walking through those aisles, don't know who you are, right, when you're a new brand. But if you're able to appeal to them with packaging, messaging, and price points that actually address them, they're willing to buy your product, try your product, and now that they tried your product, they might look more into your brand, buy your other products, buy your other solution. It's same thing with .com. Like when you're on Walmart.com, your product might be listed there. It might not, if you list it the same exact way as you list on other platforms, it just might not appeal to the customer. And you're right, they might have never heard of your brand or they weren't looking for your product. But if you actually craft it, to meet like metrics that make Walmart show it in better spot. That's kind of like the same thing with retail. If you do really well in your meeting and you show your effort, Walmart might give you a better placement and you're like on shelves, and then it's more people are going to see you. It's same thing with .com. It's like if you take that extra effort to really think about, who the customer is, what they're looking for, and what the platform's looking for, which is honestly very important. Like what was Walmart looking for? They're going to put you on a higher shelf, which on .com just means a higher line in the search results, which means more people are going to see you. So it's like that's been our approach for retail. We're meeting with a few other retailers, and for each of them, it's like we're going into the store and we're spending time there, understanding the store. Like we're launching in CVS hopefully in September, right? In 1,000 doors approximately. And for us, what we did is we stood in the stores to really understand like who are the customers, what are they looking for? After that, we asked some of the customers questions, like $20 for 5 minutes of your time. Like, could we just ask you a couple questions about your shopping experience? And I think with .com, it's so much easier in a lot of ways where it's like, just spend time like searching, spend time like looking. What do you click on, what not? Ask somebody in your office or ask one of your family members, like which products appeal to you? Which, why would you buy this product over that product? And just taking a little time to think of it has been so important for us.
So as you approached this open call meeting, right? I mean, you did the same thing with Walmart. Like, I mean, you're kind of prepared to go in and talk Walmart with Walmart merchants.
That's the plan, yeah. It's
like, so what are some of the things you're going to go in there and chat with them about?
So it's like, what does Walmart care about, right? So it's like, Walmart's like everyday low prices. They're looking for, solutions that like, they have a lot of different stores in different areas. You could think Walmart's one customer, but it's a lot of different stores in different areas. Like, how are we addressing to the general Walmart customer? And so it's like, everyday low prices. How are we making prices that are affordable? They care a lot about made in the U.S., saying a lot of our background about, we're in the U.S. Where's our, who's our team? All that. One of the Walmart's big thing is supply chain, right? How do we know that we could, and how can we make Walmart confident that they could trust in our supply chain? So telling them about our manufacturing story, how we keep a lot of ingredients on hand, how we, how many units we're able to produce, being very transparent with them about that. And what I like doing is going through every touch point of the buyer. So it's like one touch point is .com. This is what we're doing with .com, and this is what we're going to continue to do with .com. Check mark. This is, Walmart's everyday low prices. That's your ethos. Like, that's you guys, these are our price points, and these are price point. We actually develop specific SKUs for this meeting and specific packaging just to show Walmart that it's like, that's price points that could work on your shelf, you know? And it's not like, oh, I'm going to come in with our regular SKU and tell the buyer, and you're right, you could tell the buyer, we're going to make SKUs that work more. It's like, that doesn't show, like, why didn't you do that beforehand? It's like showing that, you know? So it's like showing those price points that work, and that's a check mark. And it's like, you know, Walmart is trying to, you know, is very about, you know, helping feed America. That's one of our things. And it's like, you know, we're helping nutrition for the entire, you know, for America. And it's like, you know, Walmart also has a lot of do good initiatives. So it's like, you know, how do we show that, like, you know, we do food drives within the US, because our whole thing about our brand is like supplements are just supplements. You know, at the core, it's nutrition. It's what you eat. It's, you know, what you absorb. That's really what it is. And that's why we have nutritionists on with our brand that help our customers and things of that nature. So it's like, we also help food drives because some people can't afford food and things like that. So it's like, you know, showing Walmart that we also care about some of these things. And I think it's really addressing the touch points, and it's like going to that meeting. It's like, what's the buyer going to be thinking of? And if you could check off most of those marks, you're in a much better position. So we've been trying to figure out how to really check off those marks, but also it's like being confident that we're going to get on shelves. How do we make products that will actually move off of shelf? You know, it's like you could do strategies to rank your product on the top of .com, but if you're not actually, you know, positioned for real organic success, it's just a matter of time until you climb back down. So it's the same thing within stores. It's like, we could, you know, put on this whole really nice facade and we put the best presentation and show the best product, but which could convince the buyers to let us in. But if our products aren't positioned to actually resonate with the Walmart consumer, we're not going to move off shelf. So it's like, we've tried to spend a lot of time thinking on how do we craft these products that actually resonate with the Walmart customer, and the Walmart customer will actually buy and help them move off shelf. So that's been a big focus of ours, and it's been having to, having like a different thought process, and you have to think differently because you're used to just being by your computer and just working, but getting out there and actually spending time. And for any merchants and things that are going to be at Open Call, if you're a large brand or a small brand, it's just so important to get into the store and just spend time there, just like looking at shoppers. And you could read online and you could look at images, but it's so different being there, and you get a real feel for how people shop. And if you address those touch points, you have a much better chance. And big thing for us is it's very hard to get somebody to pick up your product, right? Once they pick up your product, you want to be damn sure that they're going to buy it. You know what I mean? So it's like, same thing. It's like, that's why it's so similar. It's like with .com, it's very hard to get somebody to click on your product. Once they click on it, you want to, you better convert.
Yeah, I love that.
Whatever it takes to make it convert, just make sure it converts. So
new customer acquisition is extremely expensive on .com as well in store. I mean, it's the same principles that apply. You better convert.
And it's, you have limited shelf space. How do you use that shelf space for the best, opportunity? So it's like we designed our boxes where it's like we're really addressing all those touch points on the box. We actually got allowance from our merchant to actually make our box bigger. So we actually made our boxes wider, even though it costed a lot more, because it's like we're able to have this much extra space.
To put the information on it, and
exactly.
They see it. Yeah.
Put the information on it, and it's like they pick up the box, right? And then this is how I think of it. It's like they're looking at the box from afar. So you want to make sure the things that they're looking for, they see from afar. So if you're right, we have our vitamin C is so good and all this stuff. But when they're shopping down the aisle, they're just looking for vitamin C. You want to make sure vitamin C stands out big enough that they see it and they want to pick it up. Now they're picking it up. Like, what are they looking at? And how do you make sure that you're justifying your price, showing that you're unique, and they actually want to buy this product, and they never heard of your brand? How you actually give them that social trust and confidence to purchase your product. So it's like, as they turn the box, you want to kind of tell that story. So it's like on the side, showing our story, showing our founder, maybe showing some sort of testimony, whatever it is, that you could actually initiate that trust, and then further educate on the product. So they don't want to put it back down. They're a little curious. I like leaving it a little bit open-ended on the packaging too, where it's like, they're curious. They want to know, and then it's like, you really have to think of it. Exactly.
Try it.
Take me home.
I know.
Try me.
And it's kind of like the story you want to tell on your .com with your listing images. It's like,
yes. I was gonna say
it's just like a story,
So on the browse shelf, right? Like if you type in a search term and you have all these products that are popping up, like, how do you get that eye-catching attention to draw you in to click into the PDP and then the ad cart, right?
Exactly. Like, what are the things you're going to do to lead in to get that at the cart? And it's like, if you spend so much time and money getting that click, it's like such a waste if you don't try to, actually get that at the cart, you know? So it's like...
All right. right. Well, thank you guys so much. This is really awesome. Good luck, Michael. I hope
Thank you.
next time we see you, you're like, all right, I got it in like 5
Yeah.
stores. Like,
See him on the news
it's
tonight.
flight. I know. Apparently,
I
you're
mean,
on
this
CNBC. So
And-
look from there.
Yeah, and we actually have a follow-up interview with CNBC on how it went. So it's
Yes.
gonna be
Yeah,
cool.
That's exciting. Well,
awesome,
good
man.
luck, and I hope it goes
Yeah.
well. And thank you for being here.